Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabans. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And Isiah Thomas is back in the news, but now some other former NBA players are jumping into the fray. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel, and be sure to follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANC. So let's get into today's topic, folks. Very interesting stuff. So there was a video, this is a video that's been going viral throughout the internet, and a lot of people are talking about it. And it came from some comments that Isiah Thomas made on the Run It Back TV show. And I want to read the thumbnail when it popped up on my timeline. It says, Isiah Thomas doesn't understand why Michael Jordan is still in the GOAT conversations with LeBron James. And when I read that, I'm like, here we go. This is going to be one of those ones. So I then went to hunt down the full video because they were showing it in clips. And when I started to listen to Isiah, I'm like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? So for those of you who didn't hear what Isiah Thomas had to say, I want to play his comments because it ties into what MJ's former teammate had to say in response to Ron Harper. Take a listen to Isiah Thomas here.
Our era is considered to be the golden era. This is what I don't understand about your era, right? You guys are playing with arguably the greatest player to ever play. And excuse me when I say this, but y'all treat him like he ain't nothing. And I'm talking about right? Y'all act like, well, y'all instead of pubbing y'all era up, y'all go back and say our era was the greatest. Oh, Michael Jordan was the greatest. Nobody could ever be greater than Michael Jordan, right? Okay, and then you turn around, but in your era, LeBron James sitting there, he holding every single basketball record. I mean, every single one of them. And you're looking at a Kevin Durant and you're looking at a Steph Curry. But then when y'all say who the greatest, y'all talk about the guy that gave you some shoes and, gave you some warm-ups.
Fair.
On this show, for the record, me, Boogie, and Lou will all agree that LeBron's the greatest.
No, I'm an MJ person, but Isiah, I'm 50 years old. Like that's what made me love basketball was Michael Jordan. I'm not just going to change my mind. He could be second.
Well,
second's not bad.
Here's what will make you change your mind on, or at least critically think about, right? And I'm a historian of the game, and I'm not a hater. I'm just when I speak facts, people think it's hate, but. You can't, in no sports category, when we talk about track, when we talk about tennis, when we talk about football, baseball, the arguably the best players or athletes in those sports, they hold the world records. I know we talk about Jordan, but he leads in no statistical basketball category. But yet we say there's an argument about him being the best. But then when you look at Kareem and you look at LeBron, those guys lead in several statistical categories. But yet we say somebody else is better. And, I'm just giving you like the evidence, right? Here's the evidence. And what, 15 years from now, when the next generation come along, and they talk about how great LeBron James was and how great Kevin Durant was and Steph Curry was, it won't even be a conversation or a debate. Your generation right now is the only, y'all say we hating on y'all hating on yourself. every time we ask you who your top 10 is, you list 10 guys from the 80s.
Fantastic. So I came across an article on Fadeaway, and they were talking about how Michael Jordan's former teammate actually fired back at Isiah Thomas for making those comments about Michael Jordan, and he did so on multiple tweets or posts or whatever it is on Twitter. So before we get into his response, today's video is brought to you by sponsor PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds, and I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, cool. So let's go to the first post that we see here, right? On one of them, it says, "Get over it." This is in response. Well, this one is from NBA Central, right? And NBA Central is highlighting it. It says, "Get over it," in response to what Isiah had to say. And then a few people commented under him, it's so pathetic, Ron. Harper knows. And then went on a few other ones. Then we have another one. In the same response, he writes, hating Ron Harper in response to Isiah Thomas here. He's hating on Michael Jordan, and a lot of people kind of agree with him. What are my thoughts about this? I'm amazed at the amount of people that have things to say about MJ, and especially when MJ has nothing to say about them. You know, now granted, it's personal between Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan, but let's be real for a second. Let's be real. This is hating. And this is definitely beyond basketball. You know, he genuinely seems to have an issue with Michael Jordan and the adulation that Jordan receives from fans all over the world. But that's not Michael Jordan's problem. That's not Michael Jordan's problem, man. MJ put the results out there. People saw him, and he created a lot of fans for himself. You know, that's just what it is. And people gonna have to deal with it. People gonna have to deal with it. Some people have come to the realization. Some people are still trying to fight this uphill battle of, oh, can we convince people that Michael Jordan is not, like, it's not gonna work, man. It's not going to work. Jordan left an indelible impact on the minds of NBA fans globally. He did. Jordan made the average person that wouldn't give a damn about basketball give a damn about basketball. That's just the facts. That is just the fact. When you think about basketball, you think about Michael Jordan. When you think about the sneaker market, you think about Michael Jordan. You know, so to now say like, oh, why are people still so fixated with Michael Jordan? It's like, it sounds like you're hating, because like, what do you mean why? Like, what do you mean why? Weren't you a witness to everything that went down? Weren't you a witness? Like, do we need to go through his credentials and his account? Do we need to go through it? And you're talking about why are people still witnessing that? And he talked about LeBron has every stat. Yeah, LeBron has all of these stats, but Jordan's career is more impressive. This is a fact. Prime, you can't compare them. Jordan clears him easily when you compare them in their primes. He clears him easily. Jordan has more impressive accolades. This is a fact. So Isiah saying this, it just looks like, man, it's like, it seems so bitter. And it's like you're hating, which is the reason why Ron Harper says you're hating. And get over it. People just need to get over it. There's still people trying to hold on to this GOAT debate between LeBron James and Michael. There is no debate. Debate is over with. The debate is over with. I don't even think it started, but even if it did start, it ended quickly. It's over with, right? And people just need to get a grip with reality. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.